Hello and welcome to Dare to Know, interviews with quality and reliability thought leaders. I'm Tim Rogers, and today we have a special interview recorded by Fred Schenkelberg in January 2016 at the Rams conference in Orlando, Florida. Fred's guest for this interview was Dr. Frank Sun, Senior Reliability Engineer at Tesla Motors. Dr. Sun is a highly respected reliability expert with interests that cover a wide range of areas in both theoretical and practical applications of quality and reliability. These include reliability modeling and statistical risk assessment, DFR, reliability test development and DOE planning, accelerated life test design, burn-in and ESS, and preventative maintenance scheduling. Dr. Sun has published 3 books and nearly 40 scientific papers in reliability, maintainability, and quality engineering. He has co-authored and contributed to 5 additional books in this field. His tutorial on reliability burn-in and ESS, based on 2 of his books, won the Best Tutorial Award at Rams 2013. Let's join Fred's interview with Dr. Frank Sun.
All right, welcome to Dare to Know. This is Fred Schenkelberg, and today I have the great honor to be sitting down with Frank Sun, also been published by as Feng Ben Sun.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning, Frank. Thanks for joining me. Now, I don't know where to start with you.
We can start anyway.
You're active in professional societies. You do a Mandarin webinar series. You mentioned that I thought you had 1 book. I'm sorry, I haven't kept up with it. You have 2 books.
Right.
We'll mention those. I think we have, and there's more.
Yeah, SRE stuff like that. Yeah.
SRE stuff, and you've been in industry and practice for a number of years.
For more than 28 years.
Yeah, and you've worked with hard drives, and you've worked with vehicles, and you've worked with a number of different products and systems around the world. And I think at one point you were like just shy of becoming a technical fellow,
yes.
And they inserted another layer.
Right, exactly. Yes.
Make it 1 step harder for you to get there. Well, let's start and back up a whole bunch and go, well, what got you into reliability? You've had a fun and amazing career, but why did you get into reliability?
Yeah, it's a long history. Back in 1984, when I finished my bachelor degree in China, it was electro-mechanical and engineering. Actually, all of our major, courses are very much related to reliability. The courses I took has like a vibration design, electromechanical, not electromechanical, it's electromagnetic interference design, anti-corrosion design, thermal design. All those major courses for my bachelor's kind of related to design for reliability.
Well, they are, and that was a bachelor's program?
It was my bachelor program. Okay. And even though at the time it was not labeled as reliability, but it's highly related in DFR nowadays.
Right.
And when I finished my bachelor's degree, I went to a master program in Shanghai University, and the direction for my thesis is reliability. Okay. My advisor came back from U.S. He spent 3 years in University of Arizona, working with Professor with Casey. And this is how I was introduced to reliability. Starting from 1984, I took his courses where he took from U.S. From University of Arizona. So the mechanical reliability design, reliability testing, reliability engineering and management, all those courses. A lot of
reliability statistics too.
Yeah, that's right. So that's how I was introduced. Then after I finished my master degree, I spent 4 years back in Shanghai University as an assistant professor. Okay. Basically, I was teaching reliability over there.
So is this at the Shanghai University of Science and Technology?
It's different. Actually, those 2 schools kind of like sister schools.
Okay.
And they had some historical relationship. But Shanghai University is the one I went and then stayed for 4 years before I came to US. Okay. So then I came to US in 1990. Okay. I was kind of third PhD students for Dr. Casey Group.
Okay.
And the previous two went to Ford Motor Company.
Well, the other two went to Ford. One of his early students was Pantelis, who started Reliasoft.
Yeah, we were in parallel. Actually, we were classmates. So Pantelis and I are in the same time period for PhD. Of course, he got excited with all the entrepreneurship. He quit and started his garage career. Right?
Well, it kind of turned out for him.
Yeah, it was a very good turnout. And I continued for 6 years, finishing my PhD. And actually, as a bonus, I published 2 books together with Professor Casey.
Okay, right. So what are the titles of the book? And I'll add them to the show notes.
The first book was called Environmental Stress Screening.
I remember that book.
Yeah, it's a blue color.
I have it.
Yeah, it's a blue color book. And the second book is burn-in testing, its quantification and optimization.
Okay.
And both books were published by Prentice Hall at the time.
Right.
The first one came out in 1995. The second one came out in 1997.
And it's taken us this long to get you on the book tour.
Yeah.
Interview about the book.
Yeah, that's right. Actually, what's interesting, for me to get involved with the book is it is my PhD dissertation topic.
Okay.
So I started when I got into school. Professor Casey told me, well, seems like ESS is area not many people, really get into quantification yet. People use it, talk about it. There's no scientific studies.
Not many, no.
Yeah, not many on the quantified side.
Yeah.
He said, why don't you take this as a dissertation topic? So this is how it started.
Okay.
And turned out to be, both my PhD dissertation topic and also the book topic. Mm-hmm. And this is the first time he really co-authors with his students. He never.
Right. He had. I think he has 4 books or 5 books out there.
Oh, he got before he passed away. I think he got like 12 books already.
All together, right?
Yeah. But this only 2 he co-authored with somebody else.
Oh, that's an honor.
Yeah, I was definitely honored to be part of that. It was good. Yeah, and also that brings me to the RAMS community as a tutorial in the presenter.
Mm-hmm. And were your tutorials mostly on the ESS? Or
ESS and the burn-in all
okay.
combined. It was after Professor Casey retired. Before he retired, I said I let him do it, because
right.
he's in school.
Right. And he had his own conference, basically.
Yeah, he got 2 institutes, once a year. And when he retired, I said, well, I have to carry on, I basically started from scratch to come up with the tutorial materials.
Right.
And I started from year 2012. I did it 6 years in a row.
Mm-hmm. But you also made Best Tutorial, which is, I think, you have to have really good scores and feedback from the audience. I
exactly.
think it's like 5 years in a row.
Yeah, I was definitely very honored. The tutorial was very well received. Mm-hmm. Probably partially because it's the first time people are really talking on this topic in a very quantified manner. Mm-hmm. Secondly, our stuff is very comprehensive, covers all the aspects of ESS and burn-in. So when I did my 3rd time, I think, I got the best tutorial. They look back to see how committee evaluates you, how audience evaluates you. So I was very happy.
It also includes technical content.
Yes.
It's also got to be practical and useful and,
right.
and all those things. So,
yeah,
excellent.
Yeah, it's definitely a challenge because if you want to put 2 books within 2-hour time frame, it is a big challenge.
It is, and I think some of the tutorial authors try to cover the entire content. And it's really an intro. The goal in 2 hours is to get somebody aware of what's possible and to go buy your
what's
book.
available or what's out there.
What's possible, rather than just do, well, we always do it this way and we'll just run 6 hours in this chamber and hope it works.
Yeah.
No.
We give them justification how you tailor your test profile, why you do this way, what is the assumption required, and how do you correlate the failure physics with the parameters you choose, profile you select. Yeah, it is fun.
It is fun. But you've also done a number of papers, and you're published beyond the books. You've got other material out there.
Yeah. I've been trying to stay active in the academia area. Over the years, I've been publishing numerous papers on different areas in hard disk drive industry. For example, we published papers on reliability review on hard disk drive industry as a whole, and it attracted lots of readers. And also, we published papers on burn-in and ESS quantification side. Recently, I published a paper on dealing with fractional failures and fractional survivors.
Oh, right.
Yeah, which is something relatively new, but I think it's been used in industry.
Well, have you seen the work by Adam Metis?
In Reliansoft?
In Reliansoft. I think he's in Europe now, but still with Reliansoft. And it was for repairable data. It's a similar concept to its, a repair gives you a fractional restart. It's not 100% repair, it's not a no effect repair.
I see.
But you're talking more about the censored side.
Yeah, so for my scenario, we are looking at actually 5 possible cases. The first one would be corrective action effectiveness, because in industry, people tend to discount failures if they have corrective action in place.
Right.
But how do you know it's 100% effective?
That's right, and that's where it often breaks down. People don't go back and even check or monitor.
Yeah.
And in some cases, it completely solves it, so it's 100%, and we hope that it's that. And other times, it only is 50%, or we
70%, even 30%.
So you're
can be
quantifying
negative.
That,
Yeah,
quantifying that capability and a way to measure it.
Yeah, it is one scenario when you make assumptions for the effectiveness for corrective action, either through engineering judgment or through validation test. Second scenario would be when you deal with, let's say, failures, you don't have root cause, and you only know the failure symptom, but you know how many possible root causes can be.
Like a fault tree study would give you an idea of where they could be coming from.
Right.
You're not sure which one.
Yeah, like when you cannot start your vehicle, it could be the battery issue, ignition issue, can be possible in other stuff. But you don't know exactly what is happening. So from your experience, from field data, okay, it could be 30% chance due to battery, maybe 15% chance due to ignition. So with those kind of empirical data, you basically break down individual failure based on failure symptom into different possible root causes.
That's right.
And the third one would be no trouble found.
There's plenty of those around.
Yeah, we say, well, whenever we say it's no trouble found through a first level FA, we put them as a good product category. But if you do more in-depth analysis, we have found out many of those no trouble founds, they have trouble.
Okay, often intermittent trouble.
Yeah, intermittent failures or slow performers, because for example, like hard drive, they take a longer time to figure out or correct the issue, and the customers just wait there to see what's going on. But hard drive is working so hard trying to correct the errors. But if you design your firmware to just skip that step, and it will give customer much better experience.
With customers defining the failure.
Right.
And yet it meets all the specs.
Yeah. So basically for those no trouble found, they come with reasons. So we have fractional failure there. Another one would be degradation analysis.
Okay.
Nowadays in the literature or academia, people assume when your degradation passes threshold, they classify as failure. But the thing is, the threshold itself is not a fixed value.
It's a distribution.
It is a random variable as a distribution. So therefore, for anyone passes the threshold, it has likelihood to be a failure, can be a survivor as well. So we introduced a fractional failure at this situation. Okay. We introduced a virtual failure, where even you pass the threshold, you only have a certain likelihood to be a true failure.
Is noticed as a failure, or actually the customer says, yeah, that's not working.
Right. So all those possible scenarios for fractional failures. And I suggest Reliansoft to make that capability available to engineers, because that's reality.
Right.
Because before, most of those reliability software, they only take integer numbers. So 5 failures, 2 failures, there's no 2.7 failures. Now it's possible. So Relisoft made the change, and the Jump software itself also is capable of doing that.
And so is R and Mathematica with a little more work.
Yeah, you can make it just more customized. It's from coding point of view, it's very easy. Just I think it's more conceptual if people understand what they're doing, because when you enter the data, you have to include both fractional failure and fractional survivors.
That's right.
Yeah, to make it complete.
Okay, I'll have to dig some more. I wasn't aware you were in that area. So
yeah, I actually,
some
of the committee guys wanted me to prepare a tutorial next year to cover this topic. Yeah.
No, that would be awesome because you have to send me the links, or I think I think you're on ResearchGate.
Yeah.
So you can find people could find some of this work and
yeah, we'll send you the link for the paper.
And we'll put it in the show notes, and then you can. So if somebody's interested in coming to your tutorial, they can do the homework.
Exactly.
And
that's definitely a good intro. Yes.
And check your work on the tutorial to see how well you.
Definitely.
You present.
Yeah, sure.
Now you also have been doing a webinar series.
Yes.
And I know that you've had some really talented people presenting, and I helped you produce some of the early ones. And now you're doing it on your own and pulling it together. I see the advertisings pretty regularly.
Yeah.
Did you find a good time of the day that works? Because we struggled with that for a while.
Yeah, thanks for bringing it up. Actually, I should appreciate you for initiating the whole platform for the Mandarin series when you were in SQRD chair.
Well, the Spanish series is picking back up too.
I've seen more came back after a few years of break.
And the English series, they sometimes are doing 2 a month. So the overall program is pretty successful. Yeah,
I think the platform is very good. We have the capability of taking 500 people at a time.
That's right.
And for some reason, we were so lucky to have so many talented speakers for Mandarin series. I think partially because we have so many scholars.
Well, I really was jealous because I'm getting some industry people and some people I knew and others, and you had all these doctorates and PhDs and book publishers.
From universities, from industries,
That's right, you had better connections than I did.
Yeah, definitely. We are sharing resources between English series
That's
and Chinese ones.
I'd see those abstracts and I'm like, I want them to speak over here.
Exactly, because they are prepared in English anyway, so they can speak 2 languages at a time. I think the challenge we are facing now with Mandarin series is people in East Asia because of the time difference.
Right.
So we're trying to figure out what is the best time works for them. We started with Tuesday each week. Once on second Tuesday, and turned out to be not a good choice because the culture in China, for example, the industry management typically don't encourage people to take webinar during work time.
During work time.
It's different from here.
Right.
And then we switched to weekend, and it was every month on second Sunday. It worked okay for a little bit of time. Then later on, we figured out, when people have free webinar, they have to deal with the family and their personal time. They probably just skip it, then come back to replay the whole thing afterwards.
Right.
So that really gave us challenge. But right now, our strategy is trying to get more RAMS attendees to be the major audience, because those people are more active in exchanging, in learning, in publishing. So we're going to use those guys not only as speakers, but also as audience.
Well, every year at RAMS, I see you get together with the Chinese contingent.
Yeah, we have Tuesday night gathering.
Right.
It's been a tradition since Professor Gu Wei was the RAMS chair.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
He started it.
It's 20 years ago.
Yeah, we carried it all the way to now.
Okay.
And every time we got more than 50 or sometimes near 100.
You have a good-sized crowd.
I say, why don't we use this resource? They are coming here to
learn and share and talk.
So we are going to use those guys, and their influence in both academia and industry will be very good resource for us.
Good.
So hopefully it's going to make this year's webinar more, attended.
Well, I hope so. It's a really, really good program. The topics and papers are
up to
really
date,
good.
and yeah, I think some of the good speakers are stolen by English series as well. I mean,
Right.
we are sharing their resource. I think it is good.
It is good, yeah.
Yeah.
And and one of the ideas of that whole platform was to add, contribute back to the community. If I remember,
Yeah.
I think they're still free to attend live.
It is free for attendance, and also if you want to watch it afterwards, you have to be a ASQ member.
Do they have the direct with the website where it's $10, or do you have to become an ASQ
I
overall
think so.
member?
Maybe. Yeah, I didn't check the way they charge money.
They were trying to make it so that you could get to the webinar recordings without a full membership.
Oh, okay. That's more flexible.
It's more flexible, and I think they were charging $10. I haven't checked lately.
No, that's reasonable, I think.
Yeah, and then you get the whole library, and there's hundreds.
Right, for all the historical webinars.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's
Yeah,
a pretty good deal.
Yes.
So what's next? You got another book up? You mentioned the tutorial.
Yeah.
And so we'll certainly add links to that and promote that. I'm going to hopefully I'm not competing with you in the next session or in the next room, because I want to attend it myself.
Sure. Yeah, and the next thing I'll probably do out in Silicon Valley, the Society of Reliability Engineers has been less active for some time, but
it's not active.
So right now we want to make it more active this year, hopefully, with help participation from the local engineers. I think we have enough, mass in the Silicon Valley. People are interested, just too busy. But if we arrange something like webinars, picnics, and get people involved and
more like meetups kind of things, rather than a presentation.
Right.
More
so
discussion.
Get a more social network, and it's going to be helpful for Silicon Valley engineers to really know each other and learn, the best practice and help each other. I think that's going to be a good platform. Yeah. Hopefully this will bring more activities this year. Yeah.
That'd be great. Yeah, I look forward to that.
Definitely.
That'd be cool. Well, thanks so much, Frank, for sitting down and
thank you for the invitation.
Well,
yeah, I definitely enjoyed working with you, and hopefully this platform will continue to attract people.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see if anybody shows up for your tutorial next year.
Great, thank you.
Thanks, Frank.
Enjoy.